For many people, pregnancy can be a time of great happiness and excitement, when you and your family look forward to welcoming the newest little arrival. But it can also be a very anxious and uncertain time too.
7 years ago, we were thrilled to be expecting another baby. But in my third trimester, I began bleeding heavily and was rushed to hospital. I woke from a general anaesthetic after an emergency caesarean to learn that we'd had a little boy, who we called Willem, but that he'd been stillborn.
As a partner and a father, I felt totally helpless. Going through those hours was as scary as it was awful.
So this is why we're huge advocates for Tommy's, a charity working to save babies' lives.
Obiélé first became pregnant in 2011. Her pregnancy seemed to be going well until just after her 20-week scan.
I found out I was having a girl. I was like, this is amazing. I was really happy. And then I think the following week, I felt like my waters had broken. And I thought to myself, yeah, that doesn't feel right. So I just grabbed my things and just went straight to the hospital. Then it just went downhill from there, really.
Not long after arriving at hospital, Obiélé was taken to theatre. Sadly, her daughter, Sapphire Ray, was born far too early to survive at just 22 weeks.
There were no tears because it happened so quickly, and it was just the strangest feeling because I've actually given birth and I've got nothing to go home with.
Obiélé was told that she had a problem with her cervix, meaning that if she were to have another baby in the future, she would need a cervical stitch, a treatment offered to women to stop their babies being born too early.
I felt really safe in the knowledge that they'd found the problem. So 6 years later, I then found out I was pregnant again. And I told them that, look, I'm going to need a stitch.
Unfortunately, the stitch wasn't put in early enough. Then, after being put on bed rest, just a few weeks later, Obiélé lost her second daughter, Isabella Ray.
Oh my God, this is really happening to me.
Having lost 2 longed-for babies, Obiélé worried about becoming pregnant again in the future. So she reached out to Tommy's for help.
I met Professor Andrew Shannon. He made it very patently clear that I could have children. And I was just floored. He said to me, when you're ready, you know, these are the types of stitch that we can have. Once he said that, it was like a friendship had been formed. I was pregnant again by November. I had a stitch put in at 11 weeks. I was so happy that it was in nice and early and everything was okay.
At 37 weeks, Obiélé's stitch was removed and she gave birth to her son, tragically.
Sometimes I think if Isabella hadn't come and gone, I wouldn't have found Tommy's. So although it breaks my heart that she had to go, if she didn't, I would have continued to miscarry.
In the UK today, 1 in 4 women will lose a baby as a result of miscarriage, premature or stillbirth. A truly shocking and frankly unacceptable statistic, one which Tommy's wants to change.
Their research aims to understand why babies die during pregnancy, so they can find new tests and treatments to stop it happening again.
Can you make me 2 of those sandwiches?
Katherine experienced 2 heartbreaking miscarriages and a further pregnancy which endangered her life.
The consultant said, this is a massive ectopic pregnancy. You need to go in for emergency surgery right away. Unfortunately, the fallopian tube had already ruptured. Now I was lucky to be alive, but I'd lost my baby.
Katherine took a year to recover after her ectopic pregnancy and decided to try once more for another baby.
After about 5 weeks of pregnancy, I started bleeding. And at that point, you know, your heart sinks. You think, oh, it's going to happen again. It is happening again. You think, you're going to have to give up. Can't do this. Can't do this anymore.
After contacting Tommy's, Katherine was told she was eligible to take part in a new research study, the Simplant trial, funded by the charity. This aimed to find out if a diabetes drug could help women who've had multiple miscarriages by increasing stem cells in the womb.
And I found that really healing, the whole process. And then I got pregnant afterwards, really quickly. Sitska, my baby daughter, was born on the 1st of May of 2018.
For a long time, pregnancy complications like miscarriage, preterm birth, stillbirth were seen as just one of those things. And the work of Tommy's is to counteract that myth. And research is really important because the more we're able to improve care, the more it shows us that they're not just one of those things, it's something that we can do something about. Within our hospital and our unit here in Manchester, the stillbirth rate has gone down by 20% in the last 5 years. What we want to do is to be able to grow that, and so we can spread that so that mums all over the UK can benefit from the research findings.
When you lose a baby, it can be so frightening trying to comprehend how you're ever going to deal with your loss.
This is why Tommy's provides an abundance of information and support, so families aren't left isolated with nowhere to turn. Something which Anita was able to benefit from. After a smooth pregnancy with her first son, Nirvan, the family were devastated by multiple miscarriages over the following 7 years, including a painful late loss at 21 weeks.
It was awful because I wasn't expecting this, and she told me that the baby's dead. I really struggled with my mental health at that point, and I was devastated.
Anita contacted Tommy's for help. While the research team tried different tests and treatments, Anita fell pregnant naturally. But having been through so many losses before, it was a very anxious pregnancy.
Tommy's specialist nurse, Una, supported her throughout, providing emotional support and care.
And I remember her saying that you're very brave because, you've been through so much, but, don't worry about it. We're here for you. And I remember she held my hand really hard, and that's all I needed then. I'm sorry. She said to me, "Oh, look at that. That's a little heartbeat I see there." But I was very, very pleased when I finally held my little bundle of joy. And I couldn't thank the team of doctors who helped me, and above all, Tommy's for being there for me.
And for Obiélé?
So I'm now 33 weeks pregnant and I'm going to have a little girl. Yeah, have a bit of female company.
Tommy's are doing incredible work supporting women and their families by funding that all-important research.
And it's this research that will make pregnancy safer and healthier for everyone. Together we can help to save those tiny lives. So please donate now. To find out more, visit the Tommy's website, www.tommys.org.
From both of us,
Thank you.